You've probably heard the statement in meditation circles that thoughts are not facts, or that you are not your thoughts. So if thoughts are really not facts, how are you supposed to use the thinking mind in making decisions? This is what I'd like to cover today. How can you use the different intelligences that we all have in order to make effective and helpful decisions? Hi, my name is Steve Hick. I'm an insight and mindfulness meditation teacher. I help people reduce their stress and amplify their happiness and joy in life. We have different kinds of intelligences. Think of a scientist that analyzes data endlessly and just can't come to a conclusion. They kind of give up on it and go for a walk in the woods, and then suddenly, like a light bulb going off, the conclusion comes to them. Or think of an artist that produces a painting that's loved by many people. If you ask that artist where they got the idea for the painting, they'll often say, "I don't know." So in these cases, they're accessing an intelligence that goes beyond our usual thinking mind, or what I call, the egoic mind. So we have these different intelligences. You've probably heard of the EQ, the emotional intelligence. You've probably thought of, gut instinct as a kind of intelligence, intuition as a kind of intelligence, conceptual intelligence. I want to look at how we can use all of that, but also use what I'm going to call collective consciousness. That's tapping into a deeper dimension of ourselves, what's sometimes called our true nature, and that we can tap into that and utilize that in our decision making, making more effective and helpful and constructive decisions. Too often we rely on the egoic mind with kind of a sprinkling of conceptual intelligence in our decision making. This is not an effective way to make decisions. We need to go beyond the egoic mind in making decisions if we want to make effective and constructive decisions. We cannot make skillful decisions with the egoic mind. The egoic mind is divisive and conflictual, always in an argument with what is. We make decisions using the egoic mind again and again, even though we see that it accomplishes nothing. The egoic mind's always in struggle. And have you noticed that the more you struggle with something, the less that changes? Now we do this because there's a deep-seated belief that only through struggle with life can we improve ourselves or the world. So once you've seen that the egoic mind isn't an effective way to make decisions, how do you make decisions? We often then refer to the conceptual mind. We analyze things to the nth degree, and you get kind of analysis paralysis by continually wanting more data. This is often how we then go about making decisions. But there's another way, there's another dimension of intelligence that we can access. I'm calling this collective consciousness. Think of a sheet of paper with black circles on it. Collective consciousness is the sheet of paper. Each of the black lines demarcate a self, and the self sees itself as limited and cut off from the whole by the black line. And that tends to be how we view ourselves in relation to the collective consciousness, or the one. Now, instead of seeing solid black lines, think of dotted black lines, where collective consciousness can flow into your being and can flow out of your being through more of a permeable dotted line. It can be thought of as a kind of non-judgmental intelligence. It accepts what is in the present moment. Rupert Spira calls it intuition. Christians often call it the still small voice, or the quiet whisper. For me, the notion of a still small voice resonates, and it captures the essence of what collective consciousness is. Collective consciousness doesn't argue with the present moment, so it's non-argumentative. And that's one way to spot it. You can see that it's okay with what is, and it's also got that quiet, soft nature. it also almost always goes unnoticed in most people because we're so infatuated with the objects and the noise in the world that we don't hear the quiet, small voice that's not arguing with the present moment. If acceptance is missing, it's not this deeper intelligence. If it's very loud or for and against something, it's not this deeper intelligence. So the deeper intelligence emerges into a quiet mind, a mind that has space in it. The mind is always full with thoughts and struggle. The voice cannot bubble up into it. So a quiet mind is necessary to access this deeper intelligence. When we're making big decisions in life, it's crucial that we access this deeper consciousness in making our decisions. For example, changing a job. The egoic mind will come up with arguments against both jobs, with the people that are there, the nature of the work. It'll argue with what is in existence in those jobs, which means you're left with indecisiveness. You don't know which one to choose. The way to go about making a big decision about like that is to get all the conceptual knowledge that you can, how much they pay, the boss's history, the company's history, or the organization's history, and then allow a deeper intelligence to flow into the decision. The yes or the no will come from the collective consciousness or your deeper essential nature. The purpose of the deeper intelligence or collective consciousness is to bring into manifestation through us life. It also allows love and peace to unfold in the world. Thank you for listening, and if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you soon.